right, so welcome everyone to newly certified WBE onboarding. My name is Dr. Kitiana Lowe, and I am the Director of Programs and Events here at WBEC ORV. And we're excited to have all of you join us as you learn all of the nuts and bolts and ins and outs of being a certified WBE. Before we jump in, I'm going to introduce our team for those who you may not have met yet. So we have our President and CEO, Lenise Smith. Our CEO is Dr. Frederica Singletary. Our fractional CFO is Jackie Jordan. And our Senior Director of Marketing and Communications, Business and Development is Courtney Martin. And then you all are probably very familiar with our certification department. So it's led by our Director of Certification and Outreach, Colleen Rudisill, and our Certification Manager, Robbie Moore. And then our administrative assistant is Morgan McDonald. So we are a mighty team of, I think there's about 8 of us, mighty team of 8. And we work diligently to help you out with all things certification as well as programs and events.
Awesome.
And so today I would like to introduce Barb Smith. So Barb Smith is the president of Journey Steel Incorporated. She is a dynamic and phenomenal woman. She's going to share a little bit about herself, but I tell you, she's not going to tell you all of the great things that you probably want to know about her because she is modest and humble. But Barb is a rock star. She was our 2024 WBE star. Which is a national recognition within WBENC. She also won our 2023 pitch competition, went all the way to nationals. I think it was 2023. All my numbers are running together. Went all the way to nationals. Barb is an amazing dynamic woman outside of being a business owner. So she's one of my favorite WBEs, I will say. But I'm excited to introduce Barb Smith, and she's going to share with you today all things about maximizing your certification.
Thank you, Dr. K, for that introduction. I was still wondering who she was talking about. So good morning, ladies. As Dr. K said, I'm Barb Smith, president of Journey Steel. And since this is a very small group, and we also want to be respect your time and everything, but I'd like to know who's in the room. If you guys don't mind telling me your name, your company, and what city you're out of. And that way we can just keep it rolling. I just like to know who's in the room and who we're talking to. So, and I can't see anybody anymore because technology is not.
It's not
it's
you,
not
it's me.
my friend. Okay.
I'll go through who I see on the screen, and we'll just do it like that. So the first person I see is Shonda.
Yes, good morning. My name is Shonda Amundsen. I'm with Grace Elderberry Company, and I'm from Willoughby, Ohio.
Awesome. Welcome, Shonda.
And Corliss?
Hi, my name is Corliss Collins. I'm with P3 Quality, and I'm out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. My company is located in Swanee, Georgia.
Awesome.
And Sarah?
Hi, Sarah Luther. I am with Relate Search. We're a recruiting firm and based out of Cincinnati. And I've got a colleague on the phone with me, Billy Whitaker, who's also with us.
Awesome.
All right, perfect. Margot.
Hello, everyone. Events by Margot. That's my name. That's my email. That's my website, eventsbymargot.com, out of Columbus, Ohio.
Welcome. And is it Alyssa?
Alisa.
Elisa, I'm sorry.
Okay. Alisa Smith here. I'm with Baraza Impact Design Studio. We are a consulting, innovation consulting company out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Welcome. And April?
Hi, April Wu here. I'm with YinSphere Consulting. It's a YinSphere. It's like the globe, and we want to treat everybody equally because it's just a sphere that we're all on. And we do ERP consulting based in Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome.
Awesome. And Kelly?
Hi, Kelly Kempton here. The company is AmeriCab Interiors, and I am based out of Dayton, Ohio area.
Awesome.
Welcome. And Billy?
Billy's trying to get off.
Billy's with Sarah.
trying to get off mute.
He's with me, but trying to get off. It seems like.
Billy's with Sarah. I know Sarah said that.
Yes, exactly. All right, welcome.
Welcome, Billy. Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies, for the introductions, and we'll go back to the slides. So congratulations on being WBEC certified, and you are about to get ready to unlock countless resources and networking opportunities. So today we're going to talk about the overview, the network, and then the core: certification, opportunities, resources, and engagements. So about WBEC, the mission is to fuel economic growth globally through access to opportunities by identifying, certifying, and facilitating development of women-owned businesses. So certification, opportunity, resources, and engagement. And so this is the network that you are a part of. 20,000 plus certified WBEs, 550 plus corporate members, 14 regional partner organizations, of which I heard there were, not everybody's in ORV, if I remember from the introductions, but ORV is the best of the 14, but they're all great, but ORV is the best. And you have one national organizational partner. And so the next slide is just basically showing you the network. We take up the United States. This is the color-coded map that shows you the regions of the 14 RPOs. That on the next slide, it actually lists them out so you can actually see. Well, if your eyes are better than mine, you can see literally the 14 RPOs. So you have them all across the United States. Again, the map showed you where they're located at. And we are WBE ORV, Ohio River Valley, the best one of the 14 here. So again, there's 14 partners that feed into that big map, and you are a part of the whole network. So the WBEC brand, the WBEC Link 2.0 houses the main WBEC brand assets, including the seal, the logo, and the brand guidelines. So you have access to be able to brand your business with these different logos and seals that you can attach to your media, attach to your product, to your products, to your emails, whatever you have. You are now part of this national organization, and it's going to unlock all of these wonderful opportunities. So these are just the brands. And as I was talking to Dr. Kate before you guys came on, I've been certified, I don't know, probably 13, 14 years now, and WBEC Link 2.0. They normally have a way for you, a webinar to maneuver through this. If you haven't already, make sure you get familiar with that. That WBEC Link 2.0 is a number that you will have assigned as well that you'll need to know. So make sure you mark that down. I'm just saying that because I have fumbled through for many years, like, what the heck is my WBEC 2.0 link and why they keep asking me about this? So get to know that. If you don't know, when we get off of this webinar, look into that, ask questions, make sure that you can maneuver through that. Okay. Next slide. So we talked about the seal and the logo, the branding opportunities. So these, you have access to these. Again, you can download them, you can use them. The certified WBEC Women Business Enterprise seal, use it again for your slides, your presentation, whatever that you need to modify, or I'm not sorry, modify, but notify people that this is who you are. And then the logo, of course, you can use this on your digital marketing and different things like that. These just bring attention to the fact that you are part of this national organization and that you are certified, you have that third-party stamp. Okay, and so the suggested uses again, use it on any and everything, but if you see on your marketing materials, your email signature, on your website, if you are a product-based company, put it on your packaging, put it on your social media, brand yourself. This is again a way that I know that when I look and if I get an email, or if I see a product, if I see the seal, or if I see the logo, I know that this is one of my sisters, and this is a way that we support each other, that we're able to advocate for each other, and it's a great marketing tool and it's free, so utilize it. Okay, and so we get into the brand. How do you talk WBEC certification? These are the do's and don'ts. And again, this is being taped. So make sure that you print this out, because how do you pronounce things? How do you spell them out? There is a right and there is a wrong. So it's WBEC, it's WBEC certified, it's WBEs, it's WBEC certification, it's WBE seal, women-owned logo. Refer to the business as being certified. It's not you as an individual. Your business is a certified WBE business. Make sure that you recognize that, because your employees will be able to say, yes, I'm WBEC certified. I am a WBE, because it is the company, it's not the individual. And there are he's for she's, so you don't always, again, it's the branding, the do's and the don'ts. And I'm sorry, and I'm old, and I hope that Dr. K is managing the chat, because I can't do both. I barely. Okay.
I've got you, Barb.
Okay, so feel free, Dr. K, to jump in or whatever if there's questions as we go along the way, but we will have time for questions. So y'all got to bear with me. I don't know why they keep letting me do this. I keep saying I'm gonna get better. It hasn't happened yet. All right, so bear with me. Okay, so the certification, we talked about the WBEC League 2.0. It's definitely there for you to get in, maneuver, any and everything that you want to know. There are different looks, of course, if you're looking from the WBE side versus the corporate side, but these are the communication tools that are available there. It provides you with, like I said, the logos and the things that you can take off of that. As you can see here, also the WOSB, that is a federal certification, women-owned small business. When you guys certified, you should have been able, if you were eligible, to click that box. So I love the fact that when you become WBE certified, which I am also Journey is also a WOSB certified business. And that's just the federal recognition that gets. WBEC is the national recognition. WOSB is federally for federal government, if you're working in the government space. You're with one certification, so one application, I should say, checking the box. You also can get your WOSB certification. Next slide. So when you recertify, sort of funny, when of course most of you just got certified maybe, and when you recertify, you want to make sure that you keep all your documentation. It is the annual touch point for all WBEs to make sure that you're still operating as a woman-owned business, verifying that you still meet the criteria. If you change any of your ownership, if you move, if you locations, you need to make sure that you are documenting that and letting your local RPO know that you're having some changes, to make sure that you stay in alignment so that you can keep your certification. And just make sure that you also mark the date. 3 months out, you will get notification that it's time to recertify. Don't take that lightly. As we saw, there was over 1,100 certified women-owned businesses in our RPO alone. And as Dr. K showed, there is a small, powerful, mighty team that is handling all of us. So don't wait till the last minute. Make sure you get everything submitted 30 to 60 days ahead of time to give time, because your certification will lapse if you don't get it in prior to your recertification date, and you don't want it to lapse, even though the team will work feverishly to try to make sure that they can get it expedited. We want to work together. So it is a simplified process for the recertification, especially if nothing is changing in your business, but just make sure you know the documentation that you need. Keep that on hand, put it on your calendar, and start that process at least 90 days ahead of your time for expiration. Okay. And so the WBEC ORV is a standalone 501(c)(3) that serves one of the 14 regional partner organizations. The demographics, again, is over 1,100 certified WBEs, and we have over 80 corporate members. Now, the corporate members for ORV are not necessarily the same corporate members that you would have when you go to nationals, but we have such a robust group of corporates that support our local RPO that are fabulous and phenomenal. And so this is another touch point with the networking. Get to know the corporates that are part of your regional partner organization. A lot of them do feed into the national, but not all of them. And then so this just gives you another touch point. So again, there are different layers. We are part of the whole, but our local RPO is 1,100 certified WBEs and 80 corporate members. And you want to make sure that you're networking with the ones in your RPO, because then when you feed into that national, it just gives you that extra touch point. And the mission of WBEC ORV is leading through innovative, collaborative, and engaged group of corporates, government, WBEs, and advocates. We are a catalyst for growth and sustainability by adding more corporate partners and WBEs in Ohio, Kentucky, and the West Virginia region. The vision is to be the premier resource for women-owned business development, and they are living up to this vision. Like I said, we have a powerful team here. We have a great RPO. And they are really living up to this vision and adding more WBEs and corporate members daily. So the certification process, tips for annual renewal. Again, this is a simple process. If you're planning now, like I said, don't get rid of your documentation, know what's required. The slide may be hard for some of you to read, I think with the colors maybe, or it might just be me. But again, I don't know why they keep letting me do this, because you would think that I would know these slides by heart by now, but we're not going to tell anybody, and they're going to cut out this part of the recording like they always do. So they keep asking me back, so they don't know how many mistakes that I make. But basically, tips for renewal. Make sure you guys are aware of your dates, documenting any changes that you had in your ownership, manage ownership, and location, and just making sure you have all the paperwork readily available. And I think every 3 years they make a site visit. The yearly certification process is normally done online, where you don't have to have the site visit, but just make sure that you don't want your certification to lapse. Okay, so the opportunities. And Dr. K will get into some of the events later in the slides, but Catch the Wave, I will encourage each and every one of you to mark your calendars for Catch the Wave. It is in August. I think it's the 25th through 27th, but we will have those dates later in the slide. What Catch the Wave is, that is our regional partner organization big event. You have nationals coming up in June, where all 22,000 WBEs come together with the corporates, but this is our region. This is where we come together. This is where our sisterhood just really gels together, where you get to know those 1,100 certified businesses that make up our RPO. It will be in Cleveland this year, but please mark your calendars. It is worth the time, it's worth the money, it's worth the energy to be there, because, and Dr. K, you can correct me if I'm wrong, at least we normally have 300-400 women in attendance. Okay, thank you.
300 or 400 people in attendance.
300 to 400 people in attendance, and it is so powerful. The networking opportunities, again, the corporates, our corporates are awesome. They're always there. You have the meet and greet opportunities with the corporates. You have the mingling with your fellow sisters, which they're he's for she. So when I say sisters, there are men in attendance, of course, but Catch the Wave is our primo event every single year, and it never disappoints. It gets better and better. This is where the pitch competition happens that Dr. K spoke about, which we all need to know how to pitch our businesses. So I also want to encourage each and every one of you to look for that information and apply for the pitch competition. Because again, even if you don't win, you're able to have a captive audience of 300 or 400 people where you're selling your business, and you never know who's in the audience. So Catch the Wave is primo. This is one of the biggest opportunities, and it is a phenomenal conference. Like I said, the national is 3,000 to 4,000, and it's a great conference, and I would encourage you to attend that. Even if you don't do business nationally, that does not matter, because the national organization does what our local organization does nationally. So they're there to support, advocate, train. And so you want to get to know the other sisters and the other corporates and the other leaders nationally, and take advantage of everything that there is to offer. It is an experience that, if you can, make sure it happens at least one time. You want to make sure that you go and be able to do that. The other part of what our region does that is phenomenal and again sets us apart is the ORV BDP, the business development. It's a comprehensive 7-month business development program that then I believe it's 10, and Dr. K can always correct me when I'm wrong. She does that a lot because I'm wrong a lot and I just love her for it. But normally it's a group of 10 women, I think, that come together for 7 months. So you have that cohort of that small group that you will jail, but more importantly, you're getting training and development tools. It is the Kaufman track. I went through this program, I don't know how long ago, and I still use what comes out of the program, which basically is helping me to work on my business instead of in my business. It increases, and again, you have that network, and you'll find that your cohort is your unofficial advisory board, that even if your businesses are quite different, most of us as business owners, we go through some of the same challenges. So it's just, again, another way of support. It's another way of training. It's a tool that you'll use beyond the 7-month course that this is. But I highly recommend, again, catch the wave and being a part if you can. You do have to be selected for the BDP program, but keep applying, put it on your radar, ask questions. So the signature events is the WBE Connect, Catch the Wave, Bold and Brilliant, which Bold and Brilliant is coming up. Dr. K, am I giving this over to you yet? Or are we still, I'm sorry. No, we're still.
Nope, you're good.
Okay. All right. And Dr. K will talk about some of these a little further in the slides. But again, you should be getting the newsletter, both from ORV and national. If you're not, make sure that you're signing up to do that, because there are webinars, there are different events that are virtual, different events that are in person. So there are so many opportunities, and some of them are industry specific. So if your business, if you know you want to work with the energy companies, or if you have a product and you want to be on the retail, watch for the webinars and events that are happening both on the national level and on our local regional level. So just make sure that but these are some of the signatures. The Bold and Brilliant, I know is coming up. It will be in Columbus. And this is where we also try to invite and educate and promote why you need to be certified. And again, all of these events are open to everyone. Once you're part of this RPO and part of the nationals, everything is open to everyone. There may be some events that, hey, you had to be here and you had to do this, but for the most part, everything is open to everyone now. The doors are open for you. Okay. And so some of the resources that are available, again, we talked about some of these. You have the calendar, you have the programs. Act Intentionally is a campaign to support corporations that support women-owned businesses. Again, there is literature, there are webinars, there are different things. It is a vast resource that is now available to you. And I just encourage you, again, to ask questions, get connected. I'm willing to help and answer questions the best I can, and you'll find that with anybody else that is in our RPO. We are here to learn together, to grow together, and endless resources are available to you now as a certified WBE. Okay. And so we already talked about the opportunities, subscribing to the newsletter, and then the national and the web sign up is up there, is WBEC.org. Subscribe. You want to do that because, again, professional development, networking, and outreach. As you can see, there is a lot of opportunities that are out there, and when you go, you can always read about them. You can see the testimonials. You may know someone that has went through it. There's nothing like getting it, right from the horse's mouth per se. I've been through a lot of these things myself, but you want to make sure that you take advantage of these opportunities. It is overload, I'm sure. For those of you, if you're just making your way through the certification process, it is a lot of overload, but take advantage of any and everything. And sometimes, the first time you go through something, it's like, okay, didn't know what to expect. Now I'm expecting this. But the pitch competitions, again, we all need to be able to pitch our businesses, whether you are doing it for the prize or what have you. We all want contracts. We're in business to make money, to grow, to change the world, whatever your motivation is. So make sure you're getting involved with the pitch competitions, the pitch academies. Even if you don't pitch nationally, there's tidbits and tools that are invaluable for you to take your business to the next level. So again, countless opportunities. This is not an understatement. There are so many opportunities available for you now that you're certified. Okay, and the regional. So again, QR codes are available, but we encourage all business owners to partner with a business coach. These are free services. So you have your SBDCs. I know here in the Cincinnati area, in our region, we have a strong SBDC indicator centers that operate, and they're all connected. Of course, SCORE, if you've not heard of them, of course, which I think most of us have, they have a website, and the Economic and Community Development Institute, ECDIs. These are things that are free to us, you know, for their knowledge, and they're all here to help supporting our businesses, to help us grow as individuals and as well as growing our company. So I really encourage you to take advantage of the resources that are especially in our region, and subscribe to our newsletters and the different things that are there. And again, this is all being taped, so everything that I'm bumbling over, you can go back and you can read it. So engagement, this, I can't stress this enough, get involved. Your certification is like a gold pass. It's an access to the world of benefits and opportunities. However, it does not guarantee a contract will be awarded simply because you are certified. But the more that you're involved, the more that you're seeing people, the more that you're participating, the more that you're going to learn along this journey that you're now on, you'll find the benefits of that. So where do you start? Start attending the events and programs on the national and regional levels. Sit at tables. This is so important when you are at an event. Don't sit with your buddies. You know, maybe if you have one and it's a table of 10 and you're a little shy, okay, I'll let you sit with one. But go to a table where you don't know anybody, or maybe you just seen their face and you saw them on a webinar or what have you. But sit with somebody that you don't know. You will find that this sisterhood, especially in our regional organization as well as national, you will find that we are all here to support each other. So get to know. You never know what you don't know, and you never know who they know. And so it saves on the cold calls. So I encourage you to definitely get engaged, take advantage of mixing and mingling at events. And if there are corporations or different things that you want to, there are so many panels and webinars and different things that even if that topic may not be something that you are looking to do for your business, but it's a corporation that you want to work with, again, I encourage you to get engaged, get involved, be on every call, on every webinar that you can. Of course, your time is value, so you want to strategically, though, make a target list. But maximize when you do attend events to say, what do I want to get out of this? Is it a network? Do I want to meet? And have your ask. You know, we're here to help. When you're in the room, just say, hey, does anyone know anybody at XYZ company? Does anyone know how, I can take my new product development? Does anyone know anybody that's out there? And so you don't want to stay in your silo. Get engaged and get involved. So as you're getting engaged and being involved, as Dr. K mentioned, the WBEC STAR, WBE STAR, 14 regional organizations pick a woman from their region, the main business owner each year to highlight. And it basically exemplifies women business leadership to receive the National Premier Award for Excellence Among Women Business Enterprises. The WBE stars are selected annually by their RPO. I was fortunate enough last year to be the 2024 star. Our RPO this year has Molly, how do you say Molly's last name, Dr. K? I'm sorry.
Zirek, I believe.
Zirek, yeah. She's just Molly to me, but Molly Zirek, she is phenomenal. phenomenal woman who will be representing us this year as our 2025 star. But this is something that, you know, the RPO leader, they select this. So again, and they select it by how much you're engaged, how much you're part of the network and utilizing the network. So these are just different ways of being recognized within the RPO and then on a national level. And next slide. And so Sheila Mixon, who used to be our RPO leader, who retired a couple of years ago. And now, of course, we have Lenice, who is blazing a new trail. But Sheila Mixon was last year's Trailblazer Award. And this goes to someone who sets an example of greatness, both in business and in their community. It is a great honor. We recognize them at the Catch the Wave conference, and they're recognized throughout the whole year. And as I already said, Molly Zurich, which Molly's going to kill me. I should know how to pronounce her name. She's phenomenal. So she's our 2025 star this year. And then we have a forum group with which when you hear the term forum meetings, you are invited. Okay. The forum represents every last WBE. Now there is a committee that you have to be selected on in order to be part of the committee meetings, but when you see the word forum at the nationals and on webinars, you are welcome to attend. You are forum members. However, there is a forum committee. So a little confusing like I normally am, but basically if you see something that says, hey, there's a forum meeting, you're allowed to attend. So there are, like I said, committees behind the forums, but the forum basically represents your voice at nationals and disseminates information back down to the RPO. So get involved, get engaged. These are honors that we all strive to hopefully one day be able to attain. And so Catch the Wave. And is this you now, Dr. K?
It's still you, but I can take it though. You've actually already talked a lot about Catch the Wave. So I really don't even think there's anything more that can be shared other than watch your calendars. Go ahead and save the date now because the date's already out there, August 25th through the 27th. Watch your calendars for when registration opens, and we will be ready to rock and roll.
One thing I do want to add on this slide that I'm seeing, volunteering for events. That's a great way to get engaged, get involved, and really get to understand the workings of the event. So definitely, if you can, if you're in the area, if you're not in the area, get there, but look at the volunteer opportunities that are available at Catch the Wave. That's a great way to get involved. And I'm also going to say with the when you go out with the newsletters and different things like that, you will also see opportunities to join committees. That's another thing that I guess that's on here. Yeah, joining the committees. I'm going to hush now. Dr. K, you can take it from here.
You're fine. You crack me up. Yeah, so definitely there are opportunities to volunteer. I love how Barb talks and then she looks at the screen and she's like, oh wait, that's what that slide says, which is perfect, right? So we have several committees because we are a mighty team. We have several committees and we're always looking for volunteers who are willing to serve on those committees. So the committees are listed here on the screen. If you're interested in becoming a part, you can always scan the QR code. As I mentioned before, you will get a copy of this deck. So you can always scan that QR code to reach out to let us know that you are interested in getting further involved. And then the lead of that committee will reach out to you and we'll share more about what's happening there. And then upcoming events. So this is all things that we have going on WBEC ORV for the next couple of months. So a couple things that I will highlight. All of these events, except for Speak Like a Leader, majority of these events, you have to be a WBENC certified WBE to be able to participate in them. That being said, I will always share that you do not have to be, you are always welcome to attend events from other RPOs. So Corliss, I know you mentioned that you are in Georgia. You are welcome to come to everything that we do here at ORV because we are the best RPO.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
So a couple of things that we have coming up. So we do doing business with corporate sessions, which are our corporate partners, and it provides them the opportunity to share about their business, their organization, their commitment to working with WBEs. Sometimes they also provide any procurement opportunities that they may have coming up. But what I like to tell our WBEs is one of the best things about these sessions is it is a small group opportunity. So although you are not necessarily pitching your business to them, it's a small group, right? And so it's a chance for you to be able to share with this leader in the community, in the company, what it is that you do. And so you never know what opportunities may come about just because you're in the same room together. So we've got doing business with Ohio Health coming up on March 12th. We've got doing business with Duke Energy coming up on March 26th. For those of you who like basketball or in the Cleveland area or like to drive to the Cleveland area, we are doing a Women's History Month Cavs game. It's Cavs versus Magic on March 16th. Tickets are still available for that. This is a really great opportunity for our WBEs because we do get on the court recognition as well. And your registration will include a t-shirt. And if you get registered by Monday as a WBE, you also have the opportunity to have your logo included on that t-shirt. So another opportunity to be able to spotlight your business in front of thousands of people. Speak Like a Leader is coming up in Columbus, Ohio on March 19th. This is both an in-person, this is what I'll call, a hybrid event. So you can either come in person in Columbus, or if you're not able to make it in Columbus, you can always attend virtually. This is a public speaking workshop where you're going to get some really great tools and tips on how to prepare for when you're speaking, whether that's pitching, whether that's speaking in front of a corporate boardroom, whether that's speaking in front of a stage of 3,000 people, or whether it's just, talking to your business team. So that's going to be a really great workshop that is open to both certified and non-certified WBEs. So you're welcome to share that with other people that you may know who are not certified. They may still want to come to that. And then Bold and Brilliant is April 17th and 18th. That is our Women of Color Conference. This is our second year doing it in Columbus. We are, it's dynamic. It's really, really great. It's for all people, not even just women of color, all men and women. So women of color and allies, both men and women. But this is going to be a really dynamic day-and-a-half event. This year, we're going to be talking about finances. We're going to be talking about succession planning, talking about how to maximize your business so that you can be ready for corporate partnerships. It's a really great opportunity. The room is just, I really can't even describe the feeling that you get when you're in the room. So that's a really great event to put on your radar. Registration will be opening by Monday, I would say.
Can I jump in on that,
go ahead.
Dr. K? I attended my first one last year, I think, because it was last year
It was the first year. Yep.
Yes. And to Dr. K's point, even though it's, women of color, like I said, we're just all one sisterhood and we're out there to support. So if it sounds like, oh, I'm not a woman of color, I shouldn't go. Absolutely not. If it's Hispanic,
Exactly.
it's whatever, it's like, oh, I'm this. Everything is open to everyone. We are a sisterhood, but we try to meet people where they're at. If you're a product, if you're a service, so don't look at the names and not attend. And what the reason I was bringing that up, I met a woman from California last year, and we're now collaborating on our nonprofits, doing business together. So again, you never know who's in the room, and we do cross over. We are one sisterhood. She's from California, and I met her in Columbus, and I'm in Cincinnati. So I just wanted to piggyback on that, everything is for everyone.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And then Catch the Wave, we've already talked about that, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but make sure you're in the room. I will be there. I'll be there for Bold and Brilliant as well. So I would love to meet you all in the room at any of our events, whether they're virtual or in person. Does anybody have any questions at all? I know this is a lot of information. While you're thinking about any potential questions, you can drop them in the chat or you can come off mute to ask them. I do want to take a moment. If you're not watching this from your phone, if you could take your phone out and scan the QR code and just fill out this brief survey. We're always looking for ways to better ourselves and make tweaks and changes to the things that we do. So if you could take a moment and fill out this brief survey for us, we would greatly appreciate it. If you are on your phone, don't worry, because when we send out the recording, I know, right? Don't worry. When we send out the recording, there will also be a link to this survey. So if you're not able to fill it out right now for whatever reason, you will have the opportunity to fill that out when it comes. I would say today's Thursday. I would say to probably look for an email to be coming the beginning part of next week, and that will have the link to the recording, the PDF of the presentation, as well as the survey link in there.
Can I ask a few questions
You
on,
sure can.
thank you, on the difference between WOSB and WBENC? I understand that WOSB is more like federal recognition. Does that mean that when it comes to like the federal space, that if you are not WOSB certified, you can't, I guess, get the job, get the deal if you're only WBENC certified?
Take that, Dr. K. Like I said, I am WOSB certified as well as WBE certified. Again, WBEC certification is a national certification, okay? But it's, I'm going to say, private corporations, entities, some of the cities and states, though, also recognize. And I'm sure you guys have probably realized you can be certified WBE for the city, for the state, for, you know, whatever the case may be. But our certification is nationally recognized by many corporations. Now, the WOSB, which you can also self-certify, the federal government recognized disabled businesses when you see DBE certification, as well as 8A and WOSB. Those are just federal certifications. And WBEC has made it easy for you to get that certification because it's attached to your application if you are eligible for it. So to answer your question, as far as if you're going for a federal contract, they recognize WOSB only, women-owned certified business. However, that certification is free on the federal government, and it's just a checking the box on your certification with WBEC. So does that answer your question? Like, yes, you do need to be WOSB certified for the federal government to check that box, but it's really simple. If you missed checking that box when you applied, you can go to the federal government and say, hey, I'm a woman-owned business, and they'll certify you that way. But it is a separate recognition.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you, Barb. Do we have to wait until we renew to try to certify for the WOSB? Because I thought somewhere I read that.
And Dr. K, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you missed doing it when you got certified with WBEC, then the best thing to do would just go out to the federal government and do it yourself. And then when you recertify, make sure you just check the box then.
Okay.
But, and again, Dr. K, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're already certified, yes, you have to wait to the new certificate. They're not just going to do a WOSB certification by itself.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm already WBENC. We missed doing WOSB, so we would need to wait. Did I hear that correct?
Go to the federal government, go out to SBA and certify yourself.
Okay.
If you're looking for government contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just go out to SBA and do the and certify yourself as a woman business enterprise with the federal government. And then when you do your renewal with WBEC, just make sure you check the box next time.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions?
I'll just make a statement. When you guys do your survey and you want to bash the presenter, my shoulders are broad and I don't have any problem with that. Just tell them don't let Barb do it anymore. And, you know, it would be better if you got somebody that, you know, was highly prepared and everything else. I have no problem with that. Let them know.
Barb, I'm sorry.
Go ahead and
you
send
were
it, and I'm going to
doing
ignore it because Barb is my go-to. What were you saying, Kelly?
I was just saying, I'm sorry, you did a great job and you were engaging, so.
Well, thank you, Kelly.
Looks
But
like
hey,
you're stuck with us, Barb.
Well, Dr. K, when she asked me, I have to keep saying yes. But if you guys like, you know what, can we make sure we get somebody else next time? This would be much better. My feelings will not be hurt. I ain't going anywhere, but you know, I don't have to be on here to do.
And now you see why I said in the beginning that Barb is amazing and she is my favorite.
I'm gonna get better. I am gonna get better. I'm gonna be so polished. You guys are gonna come back and say, let's see how she did. But just give
You know,
don't
you
come back to
remind
the
me of
next.
my mom. My mom is turning 74 in May, and she always says, one day I'm going to grow up. One day I'm going to grow up. So that's exactly what you remind
That's
me
me.
of. One day, Barb, one
One
day.
day, one day.
Well, if there are not any further questions, I would like to thank you all for joining today. If you get off this line and all of a sudden then a slew of questions come to your mind, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to drop, Barb, can you drop your
That's
email
what
in
I'm
the
doing.
chat?
That's what I'm doing right now.
So Barb is going to drop her email in the chat. She is a great resource for anything and everything. Hey, I got a question about this. I'm not quite sure about that. Should I show up? What about this? What about that? Barb is great. So definitely jot down her email address or her contact information, and don't hesitate to reach out. She, as well as the other members of the forum committee, are literally some of your best connections to WBEC ORV. So without further ado, thank you so much for joining, everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.
Yeah. Nice
Thank
meeting you guys. Looking forward to
Bye.
seeing you guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.